What's going on, guys? I'm going to be painting some miniatures today. This is the newest stuff from Imperial Assault, and I've kind of got them set up. This is a little piece of wood I have, and you can tell I've used it before. I got two different primers. I've got Corax White from Citadel, and then I've got a cheap black one from Krylon. This is not the best primer to use, but I'm almost out of Corax White, so I'm going to go ahead and use the black primer. And I'm going to get all of these just to start off. I'm going to do it from a distance. One of the problems with using a cheaper primer is that it sometimes clumps, so you want to shake it up really, really good and start off like in a different area, because sometimes the first bit will come out clumpy, but then it'll be pretty smooth. This can has lasted me a long time, and the only time I ever really had a problem with it was the first time I used it, and it was just a little clumpy. But after that, it's been pretty good. It's still not as good as Citadel, but it was only like $4 as opposed to like 17. All right, so they have dried. It doesn't really take too long, and they're nice and beautiful. Alright, so I'm starting with Hera, and some of the main colors I'm going to be using. I'm using all Citadel paints. I've got Moot Green, Troll Slayer Orange, Ustabi Bone, Mornfang Brown. I'm going to use a little bit of Celestra Gray, but yeah. But I'll probably use a few more, a little bit of black and a little bit of whites. I'll probably mix a few things up too, so a lot of these are going to be custom colors. I'm just going to mix them in here as we go. What I'll do is I'll miss and I'll get this all around a little bit, and it's okay to start out that way, because once I do the other layers I'll go over and I'll be more precise on the follow-up layers. But the first layer I don't have to be quite that precise, and you'll see like underneath here there's some parts that my primer missed or didn't get as hard, and that's okay. It's still going to be sticky. The paint will still stick to it, even if it's watered down. And with her. So I went ahead and mixed a little bit of white in with my Moot Green, about 50-50. Came to a much lighter shade than this, and I'm going to dry it off. Here, I got a dirty rag here, but it's dry. And I'm going to try to go over this a little bit. Kind of brighten it up a little bit more. And I don't mind. I actually shouldn't have gotten the arms at all. The arms have clothing on them. There's no skin on the arm. Alright. Next, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to clean off my brush here. I'm going to do some Ustabi Bone, and we're going to try to get the base of her jumpsuit, 50-50 water and paint. Alright. This looks like this is all the way up to her neck. And her arms are actually this color. It's not her skin. Although if you want to have her skin showing on her arms, I guess you can do that too. So the next thing we're doing is the orange for her jumpsuit. I've got most of this up, and I'm going to do the brown parts after the orange, since it kind of overlaps a bunch of this. And this is going to go basically all the way down. I'm going to have to do multiple coats of this. See, this is like why it might have been better to, anytime you're doing like orange, it's kind of better to base them in white instead of black if you can, because the brighter colors are not going to show up very well over the black. I probably would have been smarter me to just paint her jumpsuit white first and then do orange over top, but I'm a glutton for punishment. So alright, so for the shoulder pads, I'm going to mix half Mornfang Brown with half Ustabi Bone, because I wanted a lighter brown but not as dark as that, and this is just about right. This is the same color. We're going to do her gloves and the little straps hanging off of her. Using a little bit of warp field gray here because I think her arms should actually be more gray than bone. She is beginning to look like Hera. And I have to do her boots in the brown again. And so now I'm going to go over all of her armor with Nuln oil, and this is a 50% water, 50% Nuln oil, and I just want this to kind of get in the cracks. And I'm going to use a little bit of Stormhost Silver for the tips of her goggles. Just a tiny little bit on the brush here. There we go. Just a little bit. And I'm going to use a little Emperor's Children here to do her lips. There we go. We got it. There we go. That's not bad. I don't think I can get the pupils. I think the white's going to be just fine. I'm not really worried about the pupils right now. Yeah, she's not looking too bad. I think she needs a little dry brushing, a little highlighting. So there's just a little bit of dry brushing of yellow to blend into her skin a little bit. It's mostly green. I just wanted a hint of yellow in there. And see if I can get her cheeks a little bit. The highlights of her face. That little line. And I'll do the same thing on this side. There she goes. There's Hera. And I'm just going to do the base. And now I'm just doing my base in Ushtabi Bone. I do all of my heroes in Ushtabi Bone, and then I do all of my villains in like a Mechanicus Gray, just to kind of keep it similar, as similar as I can at least, to the original mold colors. And then I'll do like a red ring around her base when I'm done, because I do that for elites. Even though almost all the rebel heroes, or almost all the rebel characters are elite, I do it anyway. And here we go. Just going to do a ring just around here. This isn't really necessary, but it's what I like to do. Alright, there she is. She is finished. Alright guys, let me know what you think, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and leave me a comment, and if you like this video, give it a like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.